the reason why I picked on this was
Yeah.
because a lot of African women have been picking on people when you
Mm-hmm.
come out and you say, I want a divorce. They'll start saying, don't you have children? Don't you understand that you have children? And you have to understand that when you have children, whatever the man does,
Mm-hmm.
you have to swallow it until your children grow up.
Yeah.
Yes,
Really.
it is true. It is true.
Mm-hmm.
That was said a lot. That was
Mm-hmm.
said a lot in
Mm-hmm.
Africa. And this is the reason why a lot of people got stuck in unhappy marriages.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you will think that it's only in Africa that that is being said, but that's not true. My
True.
neighbor, yes, my neighbor told me that, yeah, it's normal in my village here in the UK. She's British.
Mm-hmm.
She said it's normal. They always say that most of the time it has to do with alcohol. If your husband is an alcoholic and he's battering you and
Yeah.
he's battering the kids, because most of the time when he's battering you, he's equally doing it to the kids as well. Yes. And so they say, if he's an alcoholic and he's battering you, you should just be patient until your children grow up.
And
And then your children would either fight for you, or
really.
your, yes, your children would either start standing up for you, or you will leave him. You would abandon the marriage and walk away. But
Mm-mm.
in that stage, hello Lisha, in
Mm-hmm.
that stage of the marriage
Yeah.
where you finally decide to, you should, they are telling you that stage of the marriage where you should ever finally decide to abandon this relationship
Mm-hmm.
should be when the kids are either grown, or
Really.
or you pack up your kids when they're a bit grown, you abandon the marriage. Three things: when the kids are a bit grown,
Mm-hmm.
um when you decide to abandon, you pack up your kids and abandon the marriage, or you wait until your kids grow up
Yeah.
and then they come and stand up for you.
Really.
Yes.
When the kids grow up, when you may
So,
not be around anymore.
so in that case, what they are saying is that
Mm.
um, no matter what happens, because the kids are younger,
Mm.
it is better that you rock the boat until the kids grow up, so that your kids will not face the calamities of a divorced marriage. Because you know that people look at the calamities of a divorced marriage in a negative light. They don't
Yeah.
look at it that when mothers nowadays, nowadays women can go to work, women have other things to rely on when the
Yeah.
man leaves the house. You can take the kids to a babysitter, you can go to, your kids can go to nursery, and you can go and work.
Mm.
Those times of our mothers, these things were not very readily available for
True.
us, or for them, sorry. For them, they had to stay
Mm-hmm.
in the marriage because of the kids.
Right.
They had to stay. For example, people like my mom had to stay in the marriage because of her kids. Because she had so many kids in succession, I think by the time she realizes it, she was three in, three
Wow.
kids in. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then she went on further to have another three. But
Yeah.
when I look at it, most of the time, what I hear from her is, I stayed with your dad because of you people. I stayed with your dad because I don't want my children to become Prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. When you look at it, in their time, in their time, that is what they had to do
Yeah.
because facilities were not available to them. Situations were not available to them. Women were not the ones going out to work.
That's true.
When a man was going to abandon the marriage, he was also going to take his wealth with him. And most of the time, when he's abandoning the marriage, he's not saying, okay, I'm packing my things, I'm leaving. No.
Yeah.
He says to the wife, pack your things and leave my house. So that means the woman is going to go through abject poverty. And most of it, she's going to go back to her family members because remember, she's married. She came to her husband. Her husband is a breadwinner. Her husband pays everything. All she does is she stays home, take care of the kids, which is the biggest part of the job.
Right.
Although people have never recognized that. So when people come to African women and they say to them, African women are backward because they stay in marriage because of the kids. I find that statement unfair. Yes. I find it unfair because facilities that are available to us in the West is not available to these women. Why are you going up and down?
You are right.
My phone keeps going up and down. You see, it will
Really?
come in. Yeah, it's just for my phone. Don't worry.
Oh.
Facilities that are available to women in the West are not available to women in Africa. So if your husband leaves you or your husband throws you out of his house, most of the time that's the situation. It's not as if he's going to say, I don't want this marriage anymore. He's not going to leave you in that house and walk away. No. I want you to remember that. He's going to tell you to move out.
Really?
Yes. Wow. You, the woman, is the one who is going to be thrown out.
That's right. He want to say it's his house?
Yes, it is his house. It is his house. Good morning, my darling.
Control. Good morning, Carol. Control.
Yes, because when you come to an African, when you generalize that African women always want to keep their marriage, it's not because they want to stay in the status quo, in the type of marriage that they have, number one. Number two, it's not because they encourage the man to treat them poorly. No. It is because they weigh the circumstances available to them. You weigh the first circumstance and think, firstly, when I leave this man, I'm going to be thrown in poverty because I don't have anything. He's responsible for everything. I'm not talking about people of our generation. I'm talking about the generation previously, before our own. And this is where it's coming down. And this is the mentality that is coming down with these women, why they are saying that do not divorce. It's not good to divorce. That is what it's not good to divorce. It's coming from the fact that they know that when a woman gets a divorce, she's going to leave the house. She's going to leave. So that means she's going to be poor. That means other men are going to take advantage of her. Because now when she leaves her husband's house, she is coming back to her parents' house in most cases, or in other cases, she's going to rent a house for herself where she is going to live. So men automatically are going to see that woman as a free person, where maybe she's desperate, she wants to be married again.
Mm.
Yes. So they because it's a misogynistic society, most African societies. They want every woman to be married and stay married.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-mm-mm.
You have to, you should be married, and
And
you
stay
must
till death,
stay married.
until death do
Yes.
you part.
Well, it was kind of the Catholic Church. Yes.
Until
It
death
is.
do you part,
Yes.
however the death goes.
Yes, it
Mm-mm-mm.
is. It
That's
is. So
terrible.
because well, the reason why they are saying that is because they want you not to go for the option of divorce very quickly.
Mm.
They want you not to go for the option of divorce very quickly, because sometimes it's a problem which you can walk around, but you
Yeah.
don't give it enough attention to walk around the problem. For example, the man is not bringing in enough money.
Mm-hmm.
Should that be a reason for divorce?
No.
Good. But another person can tell you that, yes, if he doesn't take his butt outside to go and bring enough money, I'm going to leave him.
Well, if he's being lazy and doesn't want to do it, but if it's a man that he's just not making the income on his job, it's different. But the lazy
Yes.
one, yes, that's different.
What is lazy? What if he grows up and he finds a job? For example, he grows up, he finds a job. The job is what kind of job? Not a menial job, like let's say he works for a law firm. He's not a lawyer. He's not a
Okay.
lawyer, but he works for a law firm. So that means he's a lawyer's assistant, or a secretary. Yes, let's say he's a
Mm-hmm.
secretary. Okay. And he says, oh, the wife comes up and the wife gets a job which pays a lot of money.
Yeah.
And now she's bringing in more money. And then she comes to him and says, I'd like you to bring in more money. So you should leave that your job and find another job which brings in
Mm-hmm.
more money.
Yeah.
But this man is feeling fulfilled in his job, in his present job.
Right.
Now, should he have to leave that job and go and find a higher paying job because Madame says?
He should work 2 jobs. He should get another one and work 2 jobs.
Working 2 jobs, I want you to know.
He can work 2 jobs, CC. Oh, God.
What if he says that he is satisfied in the position where he is?
Hmm. Well, I mean, it all depends, because that's what was paying the bills before. It's just that the woman got a higher paying job now and she want to act like he can get one too. I mean,
What if the woman comes and says, it's a status issue for me. I don't want to be married to a man who is just a secretary in a lawyer's office.
you married a man when he was just a secretary in a lawyer's office, or maybe when he had nothing. So what's the problem? And
So
she
you
has a
see,
problem.
some women can tell you that because of my status, it's no longer meets up. I want a divorce for that.
Where's the
These,
love? Where's
these,
the love, CC?
these
Where's
exactly.
the love?
These are the no. When it comes to the law and what is right and what is wrong, don't bring the sentiment of love
Don't
inside.
bring love in it? Wow. I
Yes,
thought
because
that's why they came together from the beginning, because they love each
she
other.
said,
Wow.
no. She has said something. I love you, but I want you to get a better job, a
Uh-huh.
better job, because this job you're doing now, it doesn't meet up to my status.
And nothing wrong with her telling him that, but why go
All right.
divorcing?
All right. Now you see, these are the things that we call the flimsy divorce. So So yeah, they don't make
Oh
it,
God.
don't make
Oh
it too
Jesus.
comfortable. Yeah, don't make it too easy for the person to just divorce like that.
Yeah.
These are the kind of things, yes, these are the kind
Mm.
of things that we are saying. So before you think about divorcing, let it be something really, really concrete,
Mm-hmm.
really, really grinds.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
Mm.
go. I hope you understand what I mean, Sweet Peach.
I do.
It's not about you going to get a job, you finding a second job. What if the man says to you, I'm sorry, darling, I am happy with my salary. You bring in your little bit of salary in. The two of us are happy together. I do not want an excess amount of job. I'm happy the way I am. I'm happy in my work space.
Mm-hmm.
And then the woman says, I still want a divorce because you are not bringing in money, to enough money, and the status of your job embarrasses me.
Oof.
Is that
Okay.
exactly?
Mhm.
Is that not a flimsy excuse?
It is. It is because
Thank
I'm
you.
going to want to know, wasn't it embarrassing you before when you were taking the money and spending it? I mean, I don't get, yeah, it is a flimsy
All of that,
divorce in my
all of
opinion.
that, all of that doesn't matter at this moment. At this moment, the woman is saying, I am embarrassed by the position of your job. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to get a job that pays better. So because of that, if you don't want to do that, I'm going to divorce you.
Mm-mm-mm. She
For
is
that,
greedy. Yes, Mildred, she is
yes,
greedy. I
it's
agree.
okay. It's all right. We
No,
can assess her
no,
any
no,
other way we want.
sorry.
But
One
what we
moment.
want to talk about here is, isn't that a
Take the white one.
cause for a isn't that what we call a flimsy divorce?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Very
So
flimsy.
some societies have looked deep into that and they have said for you to be divorced,
Amen.
there are certain criteria, certain things should happen in a marriage,
Mm,
not anything flimsy.
true.
Mhm.
Mm,
All right, so we pack that aside. When you look at it, if when people stay in a poor environment, at any one, thank you, Mildred Smith, at any one time, somebody can come and entice your wife with good finances.
exactly.
Is that a cause? Is that a cause for divorce? No. But the woman says, I have seen money, I want to go.
Yeah.
So people who live in those kind of environments have set up some principles. They have set up ways for which you cannot just divorce.
Mm,
You cannot just divorce. You cannot say that my husband doesn't have money. I'm packing my things, I'm leaving.
right.
How are you going to make the money? Why does your husband not have money? He has money, but it's not enough. That's a flimsy divorce.
It is.
It would depend on how the husband is sharing this money. What are the
Mm-hmm.
priorities of the husband? If everything is looked at, then yes, that is not a flimsy divorce. But a divorce whereby you just say that the position of my husband is embarrassing me. My husband is a farmer. I I am a secretary in a company. I want to be wearing suits and going to work and putting my name tag. I want to divorce
Mm-hmm.
my husband because of that. That's the flimsy divorce.
It is.
Having said that,
Mm,
this I want to build a scenario where people can understand that this is the reason why some societies have said we're not just going to accept you to just get up one day and say I'm tired of this marriage, and then they ask you why. I don't have a reason, I'm just tired. That's a flimsy divorce
oh
too.
God. True.
Yeah, that's a flimsy divorce, because if there are children there, who's going to take care of the children? Now
Mm-hmm.
comes the situation where they say we don't want to make divorce very easy.
Yeah.
Because when divorce is easy, anybody can
Any
jump.
everybody.
Yes.
True.
And that is what has happened in the West. In the West, in America, in the UK, France, Germany, Australia, people can just say, oh yeah, I'm just bored of the marriage. I'm tired of being married. I just want to be free.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
grounds for divorce?
It is not. It really isn't.
Do they accept such a divorce? Yes, they do. The law,
Yeah.
the law accepts it. But now what happens to the woman? Number one. Number two, what happens to the kids in that marriage? Mommy said that she just wants to go and be free. She's
True.
tired. She has no reason. She's just bored of daddy and she wants to go and be free. Do you know? Now the kids are going to have the trauma after divorce.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you turn that around, you have women who are thinking now that, do I want my kids to be in a broken home? In some societies, a broken home means a lot. A broken home means, what? Marge, listen what Marge said. Marge said people are
people advertising newspaper 300 for divorce. Some people even got $99. In some places, when I was living in Tampa, in Florida, yes. They had it on the side of the road, $99, divorce 99, but you know that's a lie. There's more that's going to be included in that 99. But that's the basics of what they start at, yes?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now we talk about children who come from a divorced home in Africa. When children come from a divorced home in Africa, this woman who has suddenly been plunged into poverty, this woman has to work really, really hard to make it happen for those children. It's
true.
Two scenarios. Either, hold on, please.
$99, you get a divorce, $99. Let me tell you guys how I know I call one of those $99. I call one of those $99 signs that I saw out on the street. And I saw a sign saying divorce $99. This was a few years back when I wanted to, finally file my divorce. And the man was, yeah, that's the base fee. I said, what do you mean by base fee? He said, because there's other fees involved, you got to filing fee, this and that. I said, oh, okay. But anyhow, I had went to one of them just to get a consultation. And by the time they done add up the filing fee, this fee for the court to do this and that, it was like up in $800 or $900 for the divorce. So that's what started out with the $99 to tell you come, 99 will entice you. I'm sure
Exactly.
I filed my divorce for less than $300. I did it on my own. Yes, I did. I took, because you can go to the court and ask them for the papers. You just need divorce papers. You have to pay for them, which is like $30, but they give you the whole packet of the divorce papers, which is about almost 50 papers, yes, or more. But anyhow, my oldest son helped me with that one. So I had to pay about, $900.
Sweet, let me continue.
Okay, go ahead.
So, when you come from environments where when that woman whose husband has told her, leave my house, go to your family's house, go, leave. She packs her things, she goes to her family's house. She's plunged into poverty. Yeah. Even if she's working, even if she does things really, really hard, she's plunged into poverty.
True.
Let's say the husband did not tell her to leave. The husband just left. Who continues to pay the house rent for the whole family? Something that you used to share, now it's left only on her responsibilities. Or you can turn it the other way around. You can put it that it's the husband who is left with the kids and all this and that and that. Put it whichever way you want. Now we're talking about the divorced children, the children of a divorced environment. In the West, you have when you are divorced, you have social benefits, right? You can go and apply for benefits, social benefits. Somebody is there to help you, and this. In our country, most African countries, it's not like that. The whole burden is on you, who the children are left with. Let us talk now on behalf of the women, because most of us are women here. These children are left in your care. Most of the time when the man goes, he goes and he stays with another wife, and he doesn't even turn to us to say, oh, let me be sending money for my children's school fee. Nothing. He just goes, he abandons. And even if he's sending, there is selected amount of money he's going to send, and that money is not going to be enough to cover all costs, right? Yes. Because if let me just look at it, if the two of you are together, you cook one pot. That one pot, most of the time, the one pot is for you and Papa. The children eat along until they grow. When all of them become grown kids and strong people, then they start eating a lot. So that means now that I have to provide food for me and the kids. That means I'm still expending money from my own, my little one that I have. Yes. Those children are now exposed to poverty as well. Yes, instant poverty. The poverty which makes the mother now starts giving them something to carry on their head to go and sell. Now she has to go and sell akara in the street because the money is not enough for mommy to, that akara money has to come in to subsidize the family. She has to go and hawk maybe water in the street. She has to carry water around and selling cold water and say, oh, I have cold drinks, I have cold water. And she has to be running after these vehicles who are passing and say, we have water, do you want to buy water? So you see the abject poverty that that man has instantly plunged his family into. I want people to understand the trauma that is when you definitely 100%, okay, 99% do not have 99% do not have a family member to fall on. All of these things, all of these things, you have to do it yourself. The children's school fee, the upkeep of the children, the electricity, the water in the house, the renting of the building where you are going to rent, all of that falls on the woman. And now those children too, who have been plunged into poverty, as they grow up, they start to help mommy. How do they help mommy? By going out to hawk, to sell goods in the street. Mommy fries akara and give them to go and sell. Mommy puts water in the freezer, makes it cold, give them to go and sit in the main junction there to sell. You see all of these things happening in the marketplace. All of these activities is because most of the time it's a single parent household. When you grow up as, when you grow up as a person, a young woman, what you hear from your parents is, if you divorce, you're going to be like Sister Jane. You see, Sister Jane, this and this is what happened to her. Sister Jane was plunged into poverty. Sister Jane is doing, Sister Jane's daughter is doing PROSTI just to bring money. Maybe while Sister Jane is on this, the trauma of the stress makes Sister Jane get a stroke. And now Sister Jane cannot walk with her hand. Sister Jane, one of Sister Jane's hands is gone. That means all these little children have to go and subsidize. They have to go and find money.
That's true.
Now, don't forget, we're using the name Jane. Jane now is the divorcee, the example, the star divorcee in the village. Would you all want your children to be like Sister Jane? No.
Absolutely not.
No one would want to be like Sister Jane because Sister Jane is struggling. Sister Jane does not have money. Sister Jane's children are the ones who are going out in the street with the bust pants. You know, the pants that have the hole at the back. Because Sister Jane's son has been sitting with that pants since he was 6 years old. Now he's 9 years old. He still has those pants.
Jesus. You are right.
So I want you people to understand the trauma, because when you hear about why do African women not like a divorce, why do African women think that they should stay in a marriage even if, it's because they do not want the Sister Jane syndrome. They don't want Sister Jane to be them. They don't want to be a Sister Jane. I am sorry if anybody is called Jane here, please, or if you're divorced, I don't mean it.
Oh God, Sister Jane should not get offended. It's just an example.
Please, Sister Jane, I beg you, don't get offended. I just used your name.
Lord have mercy.
So this is the trauma. This is the reason why a lot of people do not want to get a divorce, because they know that it's going to be a burden on the children. It's going to hurt the children. It's going to be hard on the children. And most of these people that you hear, not just children, these people that you hear that are abroad today, they are coming from these kind of broken homes. When you hear that one, oh, she was a PROS.
True.
Because of that. Because of
you are right.
that. And you know, Sister Jane did not send that daughter Ruth to go and do that. What happened? I don't want to call the child Ruth. Let me find another name.
Yes.
Sally. Let's call it Sally. Sally. Sister Jane did not want to send Sally to go and do prostitution. But do you know what happens to Sally? One day Sally was carrying her things to go and sell, and then one man called Sally and said, Sally, come here. You are growing. What is that in front of you? Oh my God, Sally, you're getting big. And then Sally said, leave me alone, leave me alone. And then he says, oh, come on, Sally. Oh, come on, Sally. Why are you making like that? Have nobody ever talked to you about that? Come here, put those things down. Put it down. Come, let's talk. And then he helps Sally take off that heavy thing from Sally's head, puts it down, and then say, Salia, come and drink water. Drink water first, come. And he gives Sally ice cold water. And now Sally starts to relax. And he's talking to Sally. And Sally is thinking in her mind, oh my God, there's a rich man talking to me. Probably he will marry me and he will take me out of poverty.
That's true.
That is Sister Jane's daughter.
Yeah.
That is Sister Jane's daughter. Remember Sister Jane who got the divorce. And now her daughter has grown. And Sally's trying to sell things and she's trying to bring some money home for the family. I am putting people in this life on a situation where they will understand that when somebody in Africa says that I don't want to be a divorcee, don't think that they don't want to leave the marriage because this marriage is so toxic. They don't want to leave. No, it's the circumstances, the stigma around divorcing. You are going to be a Sister Jane. People are going to talk about you the way they talk about Sister Jane. Your parents are going to hear stories of you just like they are hearing stories of Sister Jane. Who wants that?
You are right.
And now, let me tell you what happened to Sally. After 2 months, Sally has been happy to go and sell to Mr. Kamara. Hey, Mr. Kamara, I don't come over. I bringing the things. Come and buy. Mr. Kamara said, put it down there, cover it. Come, let's go inside first. At the end of the day, Mr. Kamara gives Sally the whole amount of the worth of that tray. Mr. Kamara gives it to Sally.
Right.
So Sally, for example, Sally came out to sell $50 worth of things. Every time Mr. Kamara touches or Sally goes to tell to Mr. Kamara says, put those things down, come here, come and relax, let's have fun, come and watch TV with me, come and this. And when Sally is going, Mr. Kamara gives Sally $50, the worth of the goods. And Sally brings that money home to Sister Jane. Is Sister Jane gonna be able to tell Sally that, what are you doing? Stop.
True. Nope. Easy money in Jane's eye.
I want you to understand, when somebody says, we don't want you to get a divorce, it's not because they want you to stay in the marriage and get battered.
Yeah.
It's because they don't want you to have the Sister Jane effect. They don't want you to be associated with Sister Jane, because most of the time, in broken families in Africa, in broken marriages in Africa, the children of that broken family, if the mother doesn't get the knowledge to quickly stand up and be, those children are going to go astray. Those children are going to go into prostitution. Those children are not going to finish school. Even if they have the intelligence to finish school, one Mr. Kamara is going to convince her and make her teenage pregnancy. Have you heard the other word that I've thrown in there? Most of the time, children who come from these kind of broken homes get involved into teenage pregnancies.
That's true too.
That is Sister Jane's daughter.
Yeah.
Now, Sister Jane also has let's say Sister Jane has one daughter and 2 boys. What happened to the boys? The boys are also going to hawk things. They are holding the water. Hey, they are running after the car. When a car stops, they run. Do you want to buy peanuts, ma? Do you want to buy this, ma? Do you want to buy that, ma? And then there is one guy sitting in the corner and says, you come here. Go and tell that. Take this, what is that? This packet is a tiny package. Yes, he has this little package, and he said, look, take this, go and give that man in the car over there.
You are right.
He runs and he goes and he gives the man the thing, and he said, did he give you the money? Did he give you the money? Yeah. Where's the money? Gives the man. Look what they have done to Sister Jane's son. They have made him a drug pusher.
Exactly.
All of a sudden.
True.
Sister Jane does not have a husband who was there. Sister Jane got a divorce. Sister Jane's husband walked out. Sister Jane was thrown out of the house. Sister Jane was asked to leave the family home.
Right.
All of a sudden. And then when this boy goes to give, at the end of the day, when he's going home, he finished selling the peanuts. Okay, you come here, take this money, go and give it to your mom, go and buy bread, take it home. Look what has happened to Sister Jane's son.
True.
Every day, that uncle is giving Sister Jane's son money to bring home.
Right.
And Sally is already pregnant. Who is bringing money for Sally? Nobody. Mr. Kamara said, don't, if you dare to call my name, that I'm the one who impregnated you. If you dare to call my name. And then now,
thank you, Carol.
So who is the next person who is bringing the income? It is Ibrahim. Ibrahim became the breadwinner. So now, mom is eyeing Ibrahim's money and she's eyeing her water.
Yeah,
Ibrahim, I don't have money today. Can you give me some money so we can buy the plastic for the water? Ibrahim, mommy, I don't have money. Do. Ibrahim goes outside. He go and meets that his uncle. It's my mother. My mother is beating me. My mother slapped me. That uncle is in the street. He say, don't mind your mother. Take this. Go and give that man there. Bring the money. Now, every day, Ibrahim wakes up. He goes to uncle.
True.
There we have it. The stigmas around a divorced woman. And where is the third son of Sister Jane? Where is the third son of Sister Jane? We don't know. That one, he just woke up one morning and he didn't come back. What happened to him? We don't know where he is. 5 years later, they come back, they say, oh, we saw him in Italy. They are one of the ones who crossed over and went to Europe. How? They crossed. Yeah, one of the people. Right. 5 years later, he comes back.
True.
He's sending message. He starts to send message to mommy. Mama, I suffered a lot. I came here. Oh my God, I'm doing this menial job. I'm cleaning streets in Europe. I'm begging. People men in Europe are taking me for prostitution. That is Sister Jane's son being used as a prostitute in Europe, in Italy, in the streets of Italy. Yeah. So, do you see who wants to be Sister Jane? Who wants their child to be like Sister Jane? So, as soon as your African parents or your aunties or the village start to see that you're going towards Sister Jane, you're going towards divorce, they start to scream, oh my God, she's going to be, oh my God, oh, you have to stay in the marriage, oh, you have to cook for your husband, you have to please your husband, the biggest meat your husband have to eat, oh, even if you see your husband with a woman, you have to look the other way, because if you talk, he will divorce you. Oh,
Lord have mercy.
I'm not seeing anybody talking, Sweet Peach. I'm going to stop talking.
No, but what you want them? They're listening. They're typing. I mean, they put in laughy faces and they're listening.
No,
keep talking.
No,
they're not
They're
talking.
not interacting.
Come on, guys. What's going on?
They're not interacting. They're not giving you the stars. They're not dropping the stars.
Cece's not happy. You guys, what's going on today? You guys don't like the freestyle anymore. You're not interacting. You're not doing nothing. Cece, I think that maybe we need to stop coming. We gotta stop coming. Cece's gonna stop talking and I'm gonna start coming. Because Cece said they're not dropping the stars, they're not commenting, they're not liking, they're acting like they're still sleeping. What's going on today? Cece,
that's why.
What you got over there to wake them up? Where's the pap? Where's the pap? I think they need a paps. Where's the pap, Cece? Ain't no pap today. That's why they're not interacting. What's going on?
Today is supposed to be the last day of the fasting.
Let me get my Baileys. My Baileys will wake them up.
Exactly. Today is almost the last day of fasting, the second to last day of fasting. Marge says, it's funny, I've been working nights a lot and my husband is able to find food. What do you mean he's able to find food? He's able to find food around. Yes, let him go find food.
Get your cups, get your ice. Come on, get your Baileys. Come on. Your Baileys is here. Get your cup, get your ice. Drink a little so that you can wake yourselves up. You're not happy.
Sorrel. Get your sorrel. Look, it's so warm. Oh my God. I can't see you. Let me go to the other phone.
Can you guys see it? That's the Baileys. That's the new Baileys. Mint, what? Mint, vanilla mint shake Baileys. Can you guys see it? Ooh. It's so pretty.
Ooh.
Wow. I know how to buy it. Hey, Wake up, get your ice. Come, let me pour a little for you. Let me pour a little bit so you guys can wake up.
Yeah, the
Cece's not
people were just
happy.
listening and
This
listening and listening, and nobody
this
was
flavor,
talking.
you see? Cece, now they're listening. Vanny want to know what flavor this is. You see what I'm saying? Let me get the Baileys. This is the vanilla mint
Now I
shake
can see your
Baileys.
Baileys. Look, now I can see your Baileys because I have you here. Look, look, look.
I
I
haven't
have you
I
here.
haven't opened it yet. It's still sealed because I figure I will wait till the weekend before I crack this bottle. It's
Mm.
so pretty.
Mhm.
First time ever seeing that.
Yeah.
Selma is ready for her cup. Now y'all wake up, eh? See,
Yes.
they say they're listening though. They're listening. They're listening.
Thank you.
Selma says she's listening. Leisha said, I'm listening too and working. Hey.
Sure. Oh, she's listening and
Shakira
working.
finally typed and said, I'm here, Cece. uh, Mildred says she's walking to work. They're listening. They're not sleeping.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see you now. Oh
Tessa
gosh. I put on the
said,
other one.
Tessa said, I'm listening. Cece, I'm learning. Petra said, I am listening. Cece, I'm listening because the culture is different from mine
Mhm.
when it comes to divorce.
Mhm.
Thank you, Marge, for the 45 stars. Appreciate you. Okay. Alicia said, I will get fired if I drink at work. Right. You keep your cup and your ice for later then.
Yes. So
Let me read Amber Alice really quickly. She said, thank God for us who weren't born into such culture
yeah.
because even as a divorced mother of four, at some point in my life, my children and I, we didn't go through none of that, which is true. Exactly. Right. Every culture is
Walaikum
different.
salam, sister. How are you?
Mhm. Yes, CC.
Keep talking to them. I'm coming.
Yes, Vanny. Yes, Vanny. I saw that. Vanny said they have the strawberry also. Yes, they have the strawberry, and then there's another flavor that I saw when I was in there. It's a brown bottle one. Oh God, was it not mocha? It was a different one as well. That one looked like it's a limited edition as well, but I can't remember the flavor. But if I go in that direction again, I'm going to screenshot it because I don't want to start buying all these different flavors and then I don't like how they taste. But this one here, it says you can blend it in a shake. You can put this one over ice cream or in a shot. Put it in your shot. So you know me, I'm gonna try this over some ice cream is how I'm gonna do it first. I'm just gonna put a little bit. I love mint shakes. When I go to like what's the name of that place? Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake in Florida. They sell all kind of different shakes. And I will always buy the vanilla no, the mint cookies and cream shake. But I want it to be thick because you know I got the cookies and cream in there, cookies and creams, and it's really delicious. So from the time I saw that and it said mint, they already had me. Anything with mint flavor in it, I am there. You got me. So yes, Marcel looks amazing. They have so many good flavors. Yes. Shalom, thank you. She said, I'm listening. Sonia Edwards said those things still happen in today's day and age. And you are right, darling. Especially we see a lot of movies. Somebody putting here that they don't understand some of the African movies and stuff like that as well. And Mara said, I'll be drinking my gold rum later. Go ahead. I'm mad at you. I will drink a marula after Lent. Ramadan is over. Okay, okay. Mary said, I'm eating and listening. Thank you all, because Cece was ready to give up. I'm listening, Mama said. All right, thank you all, thank you all. What? Perlin say I'm on a 6 mile walk and listening. Wow. And this weather, you're walking in the cool. Well, I don't know where you are, so sorry for that. You might not even be in the cool weather. But I know Phyllis Davis is still in her country enjoying her time. Continue to enjoy as well. Peggy is saying, let me see if I can read it from, sorry, I can't read it from the screen that the video is on, but one moment. Peggy said, CC, we are listening, understanding the culture. That's why we are not interacting too much. Oh my God.
Yes,
CC, for everybody's enjoying the conversation and hearing about the different culture and so forth. Now they understand why some people, African people, say that the women have to stay in the marriages.
yeah, because yeah, like I said, it's not fair when
Mhm.
people just think that why are African women being forced to stay in these marriages? Why are people happy to stay in this
Mm.
marriage? It's unfair on those women. It's
Yeah.
unfair because given the scenario I just gave to you, why people don't want to be the one that is going to be Sister Jane. People
Mhm.
don't want their children, even on your wedding day. I remember some family members will say the way, oh, okay, Hazel, oh, I'm so sorry about that. The way some family members will say to you, yeah, you are getting married now. It's not for you to come tomorrow or just after 2 days to come and tell us that you don't want this man.
Mhm.
They will tell you that we are giving you out to this man now to get married,
Yeah.
but we don't want you open the fridge, Daddy. But we don't want you after 2 years to come back and say you don't want this man.
Mm.
This is some of the ways that people say goodbye to you.
Yeah. Imagine meeting a African man that's like a Peggy. I don't know if they got any like them, but I'm sure that they do. Because it takes a lot of different types of people to make this world go around. So imagine being married to somebody like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In your country, though, not in America, but in your country, somebody like that, and the family telling you to stay with them. Jesus. I don't think I could have do it then. I don't think I could have do it. And even if I was, no, me say what I gonna say. Jesus. One moment, let me read what McCaddy wrote. Sherelle, I see you. Good morning. So McCaddy said, I agree with what Caddy is saying. Sharing by, I'm lucky my parents, especially maternal side, were educated by colonist British. So they never forced that culture of staying in abusive marriages or for the sake of keeping the marriage name due to children. That is good. That is great because I don't think that nobody should force anybody to do that, especially when it's abusive. No, that person could be gone one day, then they will regret that they ever tell that person that they should stay because of the children or because of marriage. But Selma said, oh, yeah, there's a lot of them in the African movies. Yes, we see it a lot all the time if you ever watch them. But Peggy said, question, CC. So if the marriage is not going well between both, do they continue to entangle sexually in the home until the children are grown and the women can go? That's a good one, Peggy. Let me wait till CC come. But I want to say maybe they don't. In my opinion, maybe they don't. Because maybe that man probably doing it with somebody else outside. Maybe. That's only my own opinion. But again, let's wait till CC come and answer that one. Because maybe they are doing it. Maybe they have to. Maybe they're forced to, meaning even if they won't do it, if it's against their will, or they don't want to be bothered doing it. Maybe it all depends on the kind of man that they married to. They might have to do it still, just for marriage sake or for staying together sake. Only God knows. But thank God that nobody could never force me, and I would never force my children to stay in no marriage because of no children or for no other reason. If it's not working out, if it's abusive, whatever is going on that's not healthy, and somebody want to go, let them do it. But not for the situation where the woman, like Cece was saying in the beginning, the woman want him to get a better job because of her status. No, no. That one there, so that's not a reason to go and get a divorce from somebody because you got a better job. His job is not paying him much. You tell him that you need to get a better job, paying him more money, but he like the job that he's at. Well, compromise. Ask him, so why not add a second job then, so you can bring in more income and still keep your job? So again, it all depends, but I don't think it's grounds for a divorce unless it's a lazy man that's adamant that, you know what, I'm happy working these 3 days. You can continue working. I'm not doing no more. Then yeah, that's a different situation altogether. That right there, so is going to cause an argument anyways. Because any man that working 3 days a week and feel like that's good enough, I don't need to work no more. I'm contented with what I'm making. But the woman doing most, then yeah, that part is not right. But instead of him going to find another job because he already comfortable there, tell him to add on. He can get a second job. Just like women work 2 jobs, men can go and do the same. Welcome back, CC. Hello,
Thank
Ruby
you.
from Detroit. Peggy had a question for you. Peggy, question is, CC, so if the marriage is not going well between both, do they continue to entangle sexually in the home until the children are grown and the woman can go?
That's their choice. That's their choice. But
Okay.
you know, here we have something which we say we are living together for the kids. But now, no, I'm not going to go there. Otherwise we're going to jump something.
For the kids.
You will get, her question will be answered accordingly. Wait, she will get to understand it. So because of this, people don't want the stigma of Sister Jane and looking at Sally. Sally has grown up with all the hardship that she has gone through, with all the difficulties that she has gone through at school. She doesn't have time. When she comes from school, she cannot study. She cannot read her book, read her notes. She has to go to sell, or she has to go around and deliver something for mommy, for mama, Sister Jane. So she has not done well at school. So her level of intelligence is not high. She has stayed behind. She has lagged behind. Many things Sally has missed because she did not have that stability that a lot of marriages like that can give. If the woman is not strong, Sweet Peach, after a divorce, we don't have to explain what would happen to those children. The woman has to be very strong and consciously strong, constantly, to fight, because society is always going to be throwing things at you which will test you, and the moment you forget a little bit, you're going to go back. The moment you get distracted, you're going to fall in. What I mean by, if you get distracted, Sister Jane got distracted because when Sally started bringing the money, Sister Jane did not say to her, where did you get this money? Take it back.
True.
Why did you come home late? Why did you not sell the goods? Go back. True. There's something you have been doing. Come here. Come and tell me what is happening with you. Who is touching you? She got distracted. Sister Jane also got distracted because the hardship is too much. She needs the money to pay the rent. Otherwise, she will be in the street. She needs the money to feed. Otherwise, it's going to be impossible. And now, the distraction, when Sally brought the money, Sister Jane accepted the money. In your own case, in the West, it's the same. You will get distracted when things would happen around you, which you cannot control yourself. For example, I'm going to say now to us here in the West, when you get divorced, how things can get distracting. You have to provide for the family. You are the one who have to provide for the family. You are the breadwinner. And then they say to you, should you, I'm hearing Mama Masa's voice. Is she on the live? No, huh?
No, that's Mark that you heard.
Oh,
That was Mark.
I knew I had a voice. I knew.
That was
How
Mark.
are you, Mark?
I'm good.
Hello, Marco Polo. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I knew I had another voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, sorry, I'm not seeing anybody. I'm just talking to myself.
That's okay. And you're not talking to yourself. You're talking to people. They can hear you, Cece. Jeez. Cece says she talk. You know what you need to do, Cece? Your second phone, take it and just prop it, like put it on something so that you can see it standing there. At least you will see people's comments. You will feel like you're talking to yourself.
I'll see it 1 minute afterwards.
Oh my God, Jesus. Hey.
Yeah. So to continue, that is the dilemma in the West. Okay, yes, I was talking about in the West what we mean by distraction. You have to go and find money. The choice now, the choice is between you going to find this money, you taking care of the children. You have to put a roof over their heads.
True.
Yeah, you must put roof over their heads. You cannot leave them on the streets.
That's true.
You cannot. So this is how it continues. It goes. The dilemma, the spiraling continues, and every day we have. There's a mommy. The neighbors are asking, "Oh, where is Sally's mom?" And then they say, "Yeah, well, I'm talking about you now in the West, huh? Where is Sally's mom?" Sweet Peach, did you cut off? I'm not seeing it.
I'm still here. Cece, put your second phone to stand so you can see it. You will know that we're still here. Sonia Pink, thank you for the 200 stars. I think if you do that, it will help because that way you won't just be seeing a dark screen and not sure what's going on.
I'll be talking to myself. Okay. So now, it goes. Neighbors start to ask, "Oh my God, these children are still playing out in the street. What's the time now? Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock. Where is their mother? Their mother hasn't come back home yet. The mother is a nurse. She finishes work at 9, and by the time she gets home, is already 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So do you see how the conflict has started, the distraction? It's not that. Was that you? So I can respond to them.
Chat, yeah, I'm glad you saw that. Yeah, there you go.
The distraction has started on Sister Jane. I'm talking now about Sister Jane, who is living in America, who got a divorce. Her own distraction have started. How has her distraction started? She is not coming home from work on time. Remember, the kids have gone to school and she was at home when they went to school. But when they came back from school, Sister Jane is not home. She has gone to work. She's finishing work at 9 and she's going to arrive home around between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. And the children have not slept yet. Even though the children are well fed, they have eaten, but Sister Jane's children are still outside talking loudly in the neighborhood. And what happens? The neighbors start to call the popo. Why? Because do you know there's another boy who lives way up there? He comes to Sister Jane's children and they all sit down on Sister Jane's pavement and they're all talking loudly late into the night around 9:30. They're still talking loudly. And the popo starts coming. The popo is asking, "What is going on with you people?" And one time, the other boy is a troublemaker. He came there, he stole something from that shop, and then the popo chased him, and they came here, and they found him. And all of a sudden, Sister Jane came from work. Where are Sister Jane's children? The popo has taken them all.
Shakira said, "Don't worry, Cece. I'm looking at your fat cheeks." Oh my goodness. Jesus, take the wheel. Yeah, I think it's because she can't see the comments. That's what's happening. Elias, you're right. A lot of parents say that. Listen, my mom always say, find home before the street lights come out. But did some kids used to follow that? No, they didn't. Nope, 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 nope. But CC is right with a lot of things that she's saying. I mean, based on the culture, yes. Because every culture is different, right? We know a lot of times in the US and the islands, if you and your husband or boyfriend or whatever split, go their separate ways and there's children involved, you working, you will think for you and your kids. A lot of times some people's kids don't end up that way, right? Because they still go to school, they're still eating, they're still doing what they're supposed to do. But again, the culture is different, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that in Africa as well, they're not making a lot of money, right? CC, so they got to do multiple things when there's only one person.
Yeah. So this is the dilemma of that divorced Sister Jane.
Mm-hmm.
So now this woman, Sister Jane in the West, who is living in America,
Yeah.
she has systems in place.
Right.
The woman in America has systems in place. She
Yeah.
can fall back to social benefit, so she can
Sure.
stop work, so she can take care of her children.
That's partly true. I said
Yeah.
partly because yes, you can get benefits, but benefits might only help with food and medicals. But what about paying the bills, like the electric bill and so forth?
Well, she doesn't necessarily have to leave her job, but she reduces her hours
Yeah,
so she can accommodate the
true.
kids.
You're right.
So definitely there is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
There's a leeway there. There's somewhere where she can go, somewhat she can help herself, right?
Right,
But
right.
that woman in Africa
Mhm.
does not have that system to fall back on.
Right, that's true.
So what does she do? She encouraged Sally to bring that
Mm-hmm.
money.
Right, true.
Encouraged, she encouraged Ibrahim to bring the money. Remember
You're right.
Ibrahim, her son, who was
Mm-hmm.
going to help that man to go and give that other uncle there the
Yeah.
thing, and then that other uncle give him the money and brings it back to that other man. Then
Mm-hmm.
there you
You
go.
are
Confusion,
right.
confusion, wahala,
Yeah. Wahala.
worries. So who wants their child to be a divorcee?
True.
Who wants to go through a divorcee? So that is the trauma that the people live. I want you to understand, because I'm hearing that people are saying that we don't live in such cultures. It's not a culture. No, it's not a culture. The culture did not tell you not to get a divorce. The culture showed you that when you get the community showed you that when you get a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
this is what is going to happen. This is your fate.
Yeah.
This is your path now. This is a new path. You're not going to be that normal one anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to be the woman with those kids who are You're going to be the kid with.
That's true.
So I want to tell you today that do not blame that woman, because now we come to the reason why the woman says, for the sake of the kid, I'm going to stay
Right.
for the sake of the kids. They don't want to stay because they are missing this man, or this man made a difference to their lives.
Right.
But they don't want to be a Sister Jane, because being a Sister Jane is very risky to the success of your children. However you're going to try, the system, the distraction is all going to be on you constantly.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be having temptations left, right, and center. And there's one thing we have not told you, where I've not even gone to another kind of situation whereby some people, when your mother is divorced, they don't tolerate you to play with their children. Yes.
But see, let me ask a question. What if it's a situation that's so detrimental to that woman that she could be kapai, that man can actually kapai her in a matter of just like this? What if it's a situation like that?
That's
where
why
people still tell her, don't become another Sister Jane, don't let your kids end up in the street selling drugs and your daughter doing this thing. I mean, what if it's something like that? That woman must stay there and kapai.
that's why they do. That's why they do. Hello. Hi.
Jesus,
Why they do.
that's crazy.
That's why they do. Were we not here when that lady, do you remember that singing lady? You remember the lady that was singing, the beautiful voice?
Which one?
Oh,
there
was a lady who was singing 2-3 years ago who passed away too. Head injury. We don't know what happened. Bleeding in the brain. We don't know. I don't know. Allegedly.
She was an African lady?
She was an African lady, the musician, the gospel singer.
Okay. I think I heard about that situation.
Osinachi was her name. Yeah. Yeah. There are some other cultures that tell you that you cannot. Because the family member will not even allow you to come back home. So what do? You stay in the marriage.
My God. Jesus.
And there are other cultures who will tell you that, oh, really? So now you want to divorce. You too, you want to be a PROSTITUTE?
Jesus. That's crazy. Lord.
Yeah.
Jesus, help these people. Meaning, Jesus.
That's what I'm saying to you. Nowadays, that was the generation before us.
But okay, all right, CC, you said that's why they do. Meaning they end up staying in the marriages, they end up being confined or dying in it.
Yeah.
Then what happens to the children? What happens to the children?
That's what happens to the children. What happens, happens. All they care about, she was supposed to be in the marriage so that bad things do not happen to her children.
Lord have mercy.
Bad things. And don't forget, sometimes again, some men can send you out of the house. They can say, you have to leave my house. And when you are going, you cannot carry my children. You have to leave my children with me. Bad things can happen to those children too in the house. Somebody said they just sent you a coffee, but you didn't notice it. Check it.
Because I have to check, yeah, because I don't
No,
get
it's not a culture situation. No, it's not a culture.
Okay. All right.
No, it's not a culture. It's not it's not the culture that told you to do that.
For the 3 coffees. Appreciate you, darling.
It's the communal situation that made them do that. Haven't seen what would happen.
Because the situation you said, CC, that made them do it?
Yes. When you say it's our culture not to get divorced, no. You can get divorced. Why would it be that it's your culture that make you not to get divorced? No, it's your society frowns on divorce. That's why you don't get divorced.
But aren't there some cultures, CC? Aren't there some cultures that don't believe in divorce once the people get married?
Of course.
They are.
Of course. Yeah. But that is their culture. That is their. I am talking about these people where, yes, you can have a divorce, but look at what would happen to you when you get a divorce. So that is not a culture. If it's our culture that we are not going to allow you to get a divorce, it's different. But in this situation, it is not our culture. Our culture, you can have a divorce. But when you have the divorce, these are the consequences of you having a divorce. So that doesn't mean that it's your culture. No.
So I don't want to know. So why do the elders don't want the divorce?
I just said it. Because when you look at the consequences of the divorce, the mom is going to be plunged into poverty. The family will be poor. And when the family is poor, scavengers will come in. People will take advantage of you. Your children would end up in a bad way. This is what it is. So for them to issue that divorce decree is hard. It's not something that is issued easily. If it's against the culture to divorce, that means that we don't divorce at all. We don't recognize divorce. We don't accept. Just like the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church do not accept divorce. That's it, period. No conversation. But in this situation, divorce is accepted. But consequences of the divorce is what your family members and this community is avoiding. So that's not a culture.
So wait, this is the part I don't understand, Cece, right? If the woman is being beaten every single day or every few days, her face is bruised up, and the family see that and know that, why wouldn't they help that woman get out before she died?
They do. They do.
They do. I help her get out?
Yes, they will help her get out. Because what happened here is the man that is beating her. So they're going to fight the man. Why are you beating her? There's a case. Now there's a case. The issue is, why are you beating her? Why should you beat her? It's not about the marriage anymore. She's not going to walk out because he's beating her. He takes the case to the people who are beating her. To the chief or to the people who are saying that it's better not to have a divorce. So she takes her case to them and says, this man is beating me up. Why can I not leave? Exactly. So there is a grounds for divorce. There is a ground. There's a strong ground for divorce. But to say that it's the culture not to divorce, no. It's not a culture. Eventually they are going to say, yeah, because this man, some nowadays, in fact, some men will come and say, you know what, you're beating this woman. No. She has to leave you. She will leave you. If it's the culture that you don't get a divorce, why then do they say she has to leave you? Do you understand? So it's not the culture that says you should not get a divorce.
So let me ask this question now. What about the ones that when they go to the family and they say, this person is beating me and I want to leave, why do some of them tell you got to stay in the marriage? You got to stay with your husband, and they just ignore it?
Yes, but that has not to do with the culture. That has to do with that family, because they are seeing it as that taboo that we are avoiding. We don't want the Sister Jane effect in our family. That's what they're saying. But they are not saying to you, you cannot get a divorce. No, they say to you, don't have a divorce, because if you have a divorce, you're going to have a Sister Jane effect.
I see.
Is that a culture? That is not a culture, because there is a route to divorce. There is a route to divorce. You can divorce, but we avoid divorce based on a flimsy ground. For a man to be beating a woman, that's not a flimsy grounds for divorce. That's a serious grounds for divorce. Divorce will be granted.
Right.
But in a situation where the woman is going to say that this man is not giving me enough money, I have to leave him. That's a flimsy divorce. That's not a ground for divorce. Do not forget all of the scenarios, because what I did with this explanation, I took you guys out of your comfort home and I brought you to an African setting. So I don't want you, while I'm explaining, then you come back and tell me that, oh, it's their culture. That's why. That means you did not follow me with this scenario. That means you stayed in America and you judged with your American mentality. No. I want you to come with me in the setting that I'm describing to you. However difficult you may think it is, bring yourself into that setting and understand that I can get a divorce, but I must not just for every flimsy thing go and ask for a divorce. Beating up your wife is not,
Mhm.
it's
All right.
not
So Cece, sorry to cross you, but so Elise wants to know, could a man divorce his wife and marry their the wife's
no,
sister?
that's not
No.
true. Anybody who says that, they lie. It's not possible. What can happen?
Mm,
Why there can be a sister marriage is number one, the the wife passed away,
mm,
unfortunately.
mm, I
Most
see.
families, when the wife passes away, especially if the man is young, if the wife
Yeah.
passes away and the sister has a younger sister, they say, you know what, we don't
Mm-hmm.
want we don't want you to struggle because our sister has started having kids in your marriage. If we bring her sister,
Yeah.
she will be able to take care of the children
Mm,
better than if a stranger comes. So they encourage this family to negotiate if they can have a younger sister from that family. You understand?
yes. Yeah.
It's not that they will say, look, I don't like this one. This one is the beautiful one. Give me no, that's not true. No, I've never heard about it. I've never seen it, and I know that culture does not allow it. After
Mm,
marriage, you leave the one and you go and marry the other one. It didn't happen. And those people that were saying that that's what happened in that situation, it's a lie. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. No. Mhm.
mm, mm. So Amber Ali says, sorry, Cece, but it's their culture and the stigmatization of the divorced women.
That's it. It's the stigmatization of the divorced women. Period. Nothing to do with the culture because the culture accepts divorce. Now,
Mhm.
what grounds does that divorce or is that divorce going to happen? That has to do with the culture. Is it a flimsy divorce or is it a serious divorce? People are thinking
Mm,
that when men are beating up their wives,
yeah.
that societies in Africa accept that and see it as norm. No.
But some of them do and tell the women to stay there. Because I heard stories too. So this is what Peter said. I had a co-worker who came from Nigeria and she told a story of a neighbor who was complaining about her abusive husband to her
Yes.
family and was
Mhm.
told she has to stay in the marriage. Long story short, he ended up buying her.
Obviously. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
We all had that story.
So
Yeah.
I've heard many stories before like that
Yes.
as
So
well. When the
you see,
family tell them that that they need to stay with their husband, they
exactly.
like almost like they ignore the part about hello, you did hear me say that he's abusing me, he's beating me up, he's this, but you
Why,
still telling me to stay.
why did the family tell her to stay? Because
Only God knows.
they know because they know that she has grounds for divorce.
What?
Because they know that she has grounds for divorce. It's her family that told her to stay in the marriage. It is not the law. It is not the culture. It's
But
her family.
but why wouldn't the family tell her otherwise so that they can get her out of that before she
They
dies?
choose. It's their
Oh my
choice.
goodness.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Nobody
That's
should come here
crazy.
and say that it's African culture. No, 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 no. The African culture is not the most of the African culture is not the Roman Catholic Church where they say divorce is not accepted. No,
Hmm.
divorce is accepted. People do divorce, but they don't want people to divorce willy-nilly on flimsy grounds.
Hmm.
You beat your wife, your in-laws can come and take her away. Yes. You beat her, they can come and pick her up. Say, let's go. This man is beating you. Why is he beating you? Let's go. You leave. The marriage finished. Is that a culture where they say, there's no divorce? No. There is divorce. Every African culture, there is divorce. There is separation. There is divorce. What the women do is that I don't want to leave my children in that family so that these people come and treat my children bad. So I'm going to stay with my children. I'm going to stay with my children until they're old enough, until they're strong enough for me to get out. Yeah.
Until they're no longer here.
Yes, but sometimes, it's not only the beating.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that what this man is doing to me is something that is going to take off my life. No. Sometimes it's just some things that you don't like. For example, he wants to marry a second wife. Are you going to leave your children in that marriage?
So you're talking about if he wants to marry a second wife and you said you're against it?
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. This is a very important and interesting topic.
Yes.
Which many of us don't understand, but it has to sometimes do with the Bible, also even the Holy Quran. So there are different traditions into divorce. Divorce is not we are not to divorce, but under certain circumstances. Under certain circumstances, you don't get married and just walk and say, well, I don't want my husband, because divorce is a broken family. When the divorce, they break a family. Because when you coming together to become one, the Bible says, coming together to become one, it's a family that coming together to be one, to build a community, to build up children. God first, the husband, the wife, and the children. So when you get married, bringing your own wife to the house, you are becoming one with that woman. So it's like if you become one and you divorce, it's breaking apart. So when you break apart, what happened? Hurt comes to three people: the children, you, and the husband. So if it's the wife that wants to divorce the husband without a cause, if she wants to divorce without a cause, the family can say, well, you have to stay there and deal with it. She wants to divorce without a cause. But if they know that the husband is very abusive and dangerous to that woman, they cannot force you there. If they force you there, then they're going to lose you. Then they're going to lose you. Now the husband, on the other side, on the contrary, the husband too, they want to divorce you, many of them, so they can go and find themselves another woman, or because they want to bring another woman in, and you're not accepting that woman, so they decide to go for you to go, and they go. But here in the African culture, before we come back or bring you back to the church, the African culture that she was talking about is that when you marry the man and the man wants to leave you, he tells you to leave the house. But European marriage is not like that. Because if I'm married to a husband and he doesn't want me anymore, we sell the property, whatever we have, and then you go your way, I go my way. But you cannot put me out of the house what belongs to you and me.
True.
But in the African culture, when a man marry you and you work together with him, you accumulate wealth, build a house, build up everything, buy land, buy property. He feels that if you don't want him, then you must go. Everything belongs to him. He count you out. He count you out. That means you have nothing in it. That's the African culture, which is bad.
You want something, you want a land back, you're not going to get it. You want a house back, you're not going to get it. Whatever they accumulated together, you're not going to get it. That's the African culture, and that's the one some of us don't like, and some of us preach against it. Because if I'm married to a husband, we work together, you had nothing. You had zero.
Right.
I had zero. We came together and you work and I work, and we build up wealth together. We build up property together. We build up children together, family. And at time come you say, I leave my children with me. I want my children get out of my house and go to your people.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to anybody? No, it's wrong.
True.
She live with you. And many of them do this because they want another woman now.
That's true.
So they want their children, and they want the wealth that you accumulated with them, and they want you to go to another man to start all over because they feel that the money that you two build up together, when you leave, another man will enjoy it. But they rather get the money, whatever you accumulated together, and then another woman come to enjoy it. This is the fight.
Can you imagine?
So you yourself, when I want to marry a man and the man pull you out of the house to bring another woman in to enjoy what you and him build up together.
Exactly.
But in the European world, it doesn't go like that. It doesn't go like that. If you don't want me anymore, then whatever we have as property that we build up together, let's share it. You have your part, I have my part. You go your way, I go my way, and we take care of the children, which is very fair enough, I see.
True.
But nobody wish for divorce. Even God does not like divorce, because divorce break a family. The husband is angry. The wife is angry. The children deeply angry because you don't know which are the part, the couple that together, you don't know who the children heart is towards. Many of the children, they will be divided. Some will be for the father, some will be for the mother. Some will be so much in love with their mother, some will be so much in love with their father.
Yeah.
Some will be in love with both of you. They just want to see you together because it builds them up, it makes them happy. But if the father says, take the children out of here, I mean, take your children, and you and your children, y'all go. I will be here by myself. That's not a good husband. That's somebody who you see that was not treating that woman good, and he planning to bring another woman in the house. So he doesn't even want people to know that he got kids, he got children. Or he know that he want to hurt that woman. He going to say, I'm going to bring another woman, whether you like it or not. I told you from the beginning, I can marry you and marry any other woman. Can you imagine you marry a man 20 years and you're together, and the man come and say, well, I think I need another woman because you're not having children for me. Those things bring pain.
True.
And if the man say he want a child, from the beginning, he never told you that he wanted a child. But because he see your accumulated wealth now in the family, now he want another woman. The first thing he's going to say, I need a child. Or I want children. Why he didn't say it from the beginning?
True.
Why now?
Exactly.
Oh, if you don't like it, pack your load and leave. Who do I leave my property with?
Right.
What me and you work together for? Who do I leave it with? For another woman who was nowhere around to come and live on it. These are the things that are causing problems.
Exactly.
Children angry, husband angry, wife angry. So all these things in the bargain, that's why God said, marry a woman that you will cleave unto her. You will become one. If you marry 3 wives, how can you become one? If you marry 4 wives, how can you people become one?
Exactly.
That's why he said, leave your father and your mother to go and marry a woman that of your choice. Bring her, and then so you can become one. If you marry 3 wives, you're not going to become one. They're going to be chaos in the home. They're going to be chaos in the home, confusion in the home.
Yeah, exactly.
And some marriage that causes divorce also is when the man gets married to the woman, the husband, the wife come, or the mother rather, the mother come in the house and take over the marriage.
True.
Because it is her son. So if her son married to any woman, she thinks she have the bona fide right to control the woman.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to control the woman, go control your own husband. Because that marriage has nothing to do with you. That's why God said, leave your father and your mother, go out there and find a woman suitable for you so that you can marry her and you'll become one.
That's it.
Your mother is not part of your marriage. Your father is not part of your marriage. It is wrong for the father to come and tell the daughter, you're going to divorce him. It is wrong for the mother to come and tell the son, you're going to divorce him. No, it's wrong. Everything is what God put together, let no man put asunder. And if it's for no man to put it asunder, where is the mother coming from? Where is the father coming from? Why should they take part into that wedding and that marriage and demanding a divorce? It's wrong in the eyes of God. But if they want to do it themselves because of insecurity, because of something the woman feel that it is not okay for me to be in this marriage, it's up to her.
Right.
But the Bible said when she leaves, she shouldn't get married. She shouldn't get married to no other man. When she leaves,
as she leaves,
the only time she can get married to another man if her husband is dead. Can you imagine that? The Bible said that. If her husband is dead, she can get married. So she can have, do whatever she wants to do to make, whatever it is, I can go there. But the Bible says she shouldn't get married again. And one day I will come with the scripture so you can see it there for yourselves. God outline all what a woman's supposed to do and what the man's supposed to do. What he want to see the woman do, what the man's supposed to do. So it's all both sides. It also, God talk about the woman and God talk about the man. But to make it easy for that man is get out of adulterous life. Come in a place where make sure you find a woman that you want to build up your life with. There are many men who got married and never think, thought of, even if they thought of divorce, but they never did. They stayed together for 60 years, 75 years, 80 years together. Why? Because they took each other dirt. They understood each other fault. They understood each other fault. But there are some fault that can come in the family. It's very difficult for you to stay with that man.
Mama,
if the man walking out of the house, going to other women, sleeping out of the house, mistreating you, wanting to hurt you, being dangerous for you, make your environment terrible, terrify your environment, going after your life, why should you be there? Even though there should be no divorce, but why should you be there? If we come to separation, we will separate so you can be by yourself. Even if I don't believe in divorce, we can separate and you can do whatever you want. Because there are many women that have lost their lives because of the treatment of men. They are going through it and they're still going through it today because of the treatment of men. Because they will never come around you and tell you the truth. But the African culture, when it comes to divorce, like Nigerian, like not only Nigerian, not only Nigerian, they got a lot of African countries. I think some rural area of my own country, they do question when the man don't have children.
My God.
Because they feel within themselves, children are inheritance for a man. So if a man doesn't have children, they question. And these are the things they will be pushing. Mother pushing it, father pushing it, sisters pushing it, family pushing it. And then they will go cause that marriage to fall apart.
Yes.
Because of children. For how sure are you that he wasn't also going to go and marry with children and still walk under the marriage? And still walk under the marriage. There are many that marry their wives that only got one child. The wife got one child, but they got a bunch of kids everywhere.
True.
And
That's
when the
true.
woman eyes, they got problem with it.
Yeah.
Let her take her children and go, or let her leave my child with me and go. Why about her time and years that she put in the marriage?
Yeah.
Why about her time and years that she put in the marriage? Oh, he's the man, he has the right. No, he doesn't have all the right. He doesn't. But if you accept that, the mother will come after. There was a movie, a Nigerian movie that I watched, which they call The Widows. They call the movie The Widows. So if you watch The Widow, you will see what became of the story of the widows. What became the story of the widows?
Yeah.
Why? Because when the woman and her husband, they started from school, they had nothing. They worked together, they made market together, they went to school, they got all their degree, they came to Europe, they got their money, they went back, they bettered themselves. The man started doing business, they both of them doing their business, they accumulated their wealth. While the family was sitting in the village, they had 3 girls.
Yeah.
And with these 3 girls they had, the man was going to work, he had accident, and the man passed away. When the man passed away, what did they do? They started to, the family got up, the brothers, the other families, they came to attack the woman in the house, that they want the woman out of the house because the woman didn't born a boy child.
Oh, jeez. Lord,
They said because you didn't have a boy, so you cannot, you stay with our brother, you only born girls, you never born a boy, so you are useless to our brother. So everything our brother got come back to the family because there is no boy. So because they feel that way, that the 3 girls were going to marry other family, they were going to go marry in other family because they are girls. So they don't want the wealth of their brother to go into another man's home. So because of that, the woman should take her girls and get out of the house and go, and they will take the property. So that the property that their brother accumulated, the thing should remain with them, so that these girls cannot take it to carry to another family. You see how terrible some of them think.
My God.
So if it comes to divorce, African divorce is one of the most deadly and dangerous divorce that you can ever find. The woman is always the loser. The woman in the divorce, even if they separate, the woman is always the loser. Because in the man's mind, he feels that he lost nothing, he should lose nothing.
Yeah.
But the woman should always be the loser.
My God.
His mother will feel the same way. His father will feel the same way. His sisters will feel the same way. His families will feel the same way. So they always look at the place for the wife to be the loser. So because of this, if the parents of the girl don't want to be the loser, okay, well, whether he hurt you, whatever you suffer with this man, you got all these purposes, so stay there.
Can you imagine?
Stay there. And at the end of the day, these are things that bring the trouble. What will happen? That family that demanding their child to stay and take all the hurt and take all the pain, they might end up coming back to do something bad to that man to get him out of the way. They do something bad to the man, or they go to their daughter, stay in the marriage, deal with it, then they are after something else.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they will get rid of that man, and their daughter will not go in vain. The property will not go to another person or to family. So there's so many things, so many things in divorce when it comes to African culture. You got to be very wise when they are coming with divorce. You got to be very wise when they're coming with different women to say, I think I need children. I think I need 3 more wives. I think that's my culture because I want. First thing, they will bring their culture. They always talk about their culture. And watch out, the ones that always talk about their culture When push come to shove, they're going to bring their culture into it. And this generation, the time that we are in, let people get rid of cultural things. I know it's difficult, but you're not going to enforce your culture on other people.
True.
If you want to be with your culture, stay with your culture.
That's
you want to be a Liberian, once a Liberian, always a Liberian. You want to be an African, always an African. But if you get yourself involved in an American, their culture is different, your culture is different. Their culture say if you don't want them, you divorce them, whatever you have, you'll share it. You take yours, I take mine. We take care of the children. Hold on to that. Because you left your culture and you came to another culture. You left Nigeria, you went to Liberia. You got different culture, I got different culture. So if you know that Nigerian culture or Liberian culture, I cannot impose my Liberian culture on the Cameroonian culture or Senegalese culture because this is my culture. That's how we do it. No, we have to sit together. If at all you don't want me, let it be. Go and do whatever you can do best for yourself.
Yeah.
But do not touch me, neither touch my children. Whatever you and myself would do together, if you don't want me, you want to go, let's sell the property. You take yours, I take mine. I got my foundation to start on. You got your foundation level to start on. That would be fair in marriage. But divorce is actually not good at all. That's a broken family. Broken family. It takes years to heal them. It takes years for the wife to get healed. It takes years for the husband to get healed. It takes years for the kids to get healed. Because if you stay there and say, well, the man is thinking he went and got married to another woman and then found out that there's something in that woman that is completely different from the woman that he just divorced.
Yeah.
And he started to have something against that woman. Did I make a mistake? Why did I leave my wife to marry this woman? Why did I leave my wife? I made a mistake. And he gonna live with that. Or the woman go and marry another husband. And after she married that husband, then she found out something in that man that was not in the man that she left. Then she come back and say, did I make a mistake? Why did I leave my husband? My husband was not like this. My husband never treated me like this. Look at me now. Look at my children. I have to take them around. I have to leave from house to house. The father don't want to support them. The father don't care about them anymore.
Yeah.
And the man that I got now is mistreating my children. Maybe if I had stayed with their father, I wouldn't have gone through what I'm going through today. So a broken family will always live with it like that. It takes longer time. Then the children too will start to feel. If my mother and my dad would have stayed together, what I'm going through now, maybe I wouldn't have gone through it.
Yeah.
Because I was in love with my mom and dad. I wanted my mom and dad to be together. If you read so many books, you will hear the children will say they wanted mom and dad to be together. They wanted them to be together, but they were incompatible. They were able to born children. They were able to spend time together to do other things.
Right.
But they could not stay together for a lifetime relationship. That's why when you get into relationship, we are all experienced people. We all can experience the story. Some of us got memory lane that we can go on. Had it been that some people knew who or the person they were going to marry to, who they were going to become, they were never going to get married.
Amen.
They would have rather stay the way they are
Amen.
than to get married. Because when you get married and that marriage breakup come to divorce, you are hurt. You live with that story. You live with that memory. That man to live with that story, that memory, and the children live with that memory and that story. And that brings pain in the heart of others. That is not good.